Oh, I'm crazy with covering my Zack. Working on saving my ship from sinking. Yeah, I got neighborhood drama. I just want to document with this video. I'm trying to put air in the tire of my car. Let's go see what happens. Yes, we got ongoing drama. Yeah, Mom fell down and I had to take her to the hospital. And the guy's supposed to be my friend told me I had to call the squad to get her to the hospital. Yeah. So him and the neighborhood gang bullies have been trying to plot against me for 16 months. This guy's been basically pretending to be my friend so they can, build their cases against me. Krug, sure wish you were my neighbor. Yes, I do. Oh, I've been doing accounting for the last week, documenting, journaling. Oh, I found all kinds of nasty stuff, and I got this huge warp in my bank. My Straight Talk service has been double dipping my bank accounts well, I've got them all the way back to June. So this opens up a can of worms. It goes all the way back to 2016 or 2015. When I was up in Petoskey, and the hotel manager was taking advantage of me. Adult exploitation, adult abuse, preying on my mental health. Yeah, he started going into my bank account, charging me room rent for $500. Hit me like multiple times in multiple weeks. And it wasn't a once-a-week thing. It was multiple times, and sometimes even in one day. And the bank didn't say anything about it. And now I got a reversal on some fees. And now they're asking me to produce receipts that they know that Straight Talk never issued me. Oh, I've got a huge can of worms. And the general public is in great danger because they have no idea what kind of muddy water that corporate America's created for them by making everybody corporation. Yeah, see? So now that ignorance of the law is no excuse thing comes all the way back into play. You need to study UCC. We're in a lot of trouble. And I got idiots surrounding me. Yes. Idiots. Problem with idiots is they do stupid things, can't be fixed. Oh, I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, I beeped. Anyway, I'm trying to organize some people to look into some things and start investigating. Start investigating your very mail, the things that come to you in the mail. Find out who owns the organizations, and find out their financial relationships. Yeah, because ultimately it's the banks. Yes, the corporate America is ultimately being dictated by the financial institutions. It's plain to see. See, the financial institution is the guy growing the pot. Yeah. And then there's all those middlemen in between them and you. Yes. Yeah, see, it's a privilege to handle your money. Your bank is employed by you to handle your money. Yes. So they're the first person to seek security and trust and develop trust in. Yes, you can't trust them when they've been studying your spending habits and selling that to people targeting you with their products and services and goods. Do you understand? As anybody listening out there, we're in a lot of hot water, and everybody's hypnotized because they're caught up in the drama with Hollywood. Yes, and what's going on the internet. Where are you going?
The car.
Be careful because the morons are.
I'll be alright.
Yes, but they're going to be on the road, so no. It's time for me to get my bike out. Yes, it is. I think I'll do that. Yes, I think I'll do that. Yes. So now I have to worry about my lady getting out on the road now. With these guys out there. Yeah. Yes, we're playing with a bunch of children. You know, the kids running around in dad's clothes. Yeah. Playing with dad's gun when he's not home. Digging through his drawers. Seeing what's inside the sock drawer. Oh man. Let's go play some music. And check out the house, Krug. I got the place all ready for Christmas. Got the dining room in order. Julie just had to have that roll-top desk. Got Riley Opossum. There's a tree. All set to do the Christmas with. Let's go up to the treasure room. Riley dragging my towels out of the bathroom. Here's the treasure room. Been working hard in here. Got my little personal care corner there. Oh yeah, little tin man oil right there. Yeah. So yeah, exciting things. There we are. Yeah, Krug, did you see the show the other day? yesterday by chance? I just love this guitar playing here. Let's go. Let's start right here. Oh, yeah. Whatever. I play enough to make myself happy. Ain't that all the count? Working hard. Look at my files here. I got files here. Got all these files here sorted. Oh, man. Yes, I've been working hard. Playing with the big boys now. Yes, I'm playing with the big boys. I'm getting pushed around in corporate America, which is a very good sign. They've been listening. Yes, they're paying attention. Somebody noticed. Yeah, they got my message in a bottle. Yes, they did. Yeah, see, they got their own Enigma machine. See, what everybody has to realize is now that we're also confided in the internet, they're already, anybody against you, any of your opposition, anybody that hates you, gang stalking, very good thing to think about. Yeah, anybody that, you know, is targeting you in any way has a peek right inside your very office. Yeah. So I'm sure somebody's got an app developed online that pings every time your name goes in print. Every time somebody types your name in, there's got to be an app. I want that app. So every time somebody puts my name in a computer, I get to print out who and what the hell's going on, who's digging through my desk. Absolutely. So there's no investigation you can do involving the internet or anything with electricity where the people that you're investigating don't already know. Yes. Oh, man, Zack, you're crazy. Comparatively so. Absolutely. Understandable. Yes, it's understandable that you would have that notion, that belief. Yes, considering the fact that I'm surrounded by a bunch of fools and hypnotized idiots. Yes, I do look like I'm crazy, don't I? I love it. I'm loving it. I'm cherishing every minute of it. Story behind this lighter. This very lighter got given to me by the meth head that put tattoos on my head. Drug addict, crackhead. Yeah, tried to talk me into taking him to the dope house on my Harley. Yeah, for 20 bucks. Anybody who's ever recovered from the dope scene or is involved in the dope scene knows $20 is just enough to get you fucking started. Yeah, and you run all night until everything's gone. You lost all your friends and all your money, anything of any value. Yes, that's what it's for. Yeah, so corporate America can come back in through their guises to buy back all your stuff for pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar. It's very profitable to downgrade a community with drugs, drive the property value down, and then come back and scoop it up, you see, and replant it with new seeds. Oh, man, Zack is onto some big things, Krugity Dook. And I want you to be in my council of my church. Yes, the Church of Someone Unlimited. It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Yeah, the Church of Someone Unlimited. Now, who in their right mind wouldn't want to be part of that? With me, as entertaining as I am? Oh, my goodness. Every meeting would be a circus. Yeah, it'd be a circus act. And there would be absolutely no advertisements, no promotion of any products or goods or services, unless it's communally beneficial. You know, barn raising, you know, non-profit, where everybody's bringing each other up, building a community, taking control of the areas of which we've appointed people. We've delegated authority to people to oversee the nurturing and development of. So we've given up that attention span to someone else that hasn't been doing their job. That's why everybody's got so many questions. Yes, and not even the Pope has stepped in to offer peace and guidance to his Catholics. Yes, the Catholic following even. No church preachers mentioned, hey, if you buy beans, you could stretch your budget. Yeah, chickens are cheap. Rabbits reproduce quickly and produce meat fast. No, your churches aren't offering you any of that guidance and that input to make you financially wealthy, to make you independently, sustenantly wealthy. Yes. They're driving everybody's ambitions towards the sites of profits. When you're losing your very profits by paying attention to the bells and whistles of the hypnotist. See, years ago, there was a big spew for a while in the TV shows about, yeah, look deep into my eyes. You're getting very sleepy. There was all these scenarios of hypnotists, and they were embellishing upon it and mocking it, downplaying it, like they did chiropractics. Yeah, to keep the chiropractors from getting involved in the medical scandal. Yeah, man. Oh, yes, it's a club. Yeah, you got to pay the dues to be part of the club. Yeah, it's Fight Club. Yeah, so the minute you decide you don't like that 12 inches in your rear, yeah, you only were ready for 6. Yeah, and then you say your safe word. No safe words. Oh, man, Zack's got a beautiful way of illustrating things, don't I, Krug? Huh? Yeah, because that's what people understand these days. Yeah, got a big bag of D's. I got a big bag of D's, all right, and R's. Yes, the whole alphabet, every letter. Yes, polishing up those beautiful vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Yes. Oh, man, it's a pond of life. Yeah, and I do love Snapper. Yes, I do. Let's play some music. You know what sucks? Being the only guy in the debate club doing the thinking? Yeah. Remember that kid that helped all the football players keep their position on the team by helping them do good in class? Yeah, he didn't get a reach around either. No, he didn't. He got a wedgie though. Oh, yeah. Get me high! I ain't that other guy! See, this is a song about how everybody's trying to reinvent music that'll get you high again. Yeah, it's just like dope. After a while, you need more and more, and it's got to be more concentrated. Yeah, we're going to go back to the old days. Oh, yeah, Captain Zack, in fact. Yeah, for what? For America. That's right, America. Talk to me, crew. Boy, these picks are all wore out. I got lots of special guitar picks. I says pissed. Did I mention that? Did I get the memo? I sent a memo. Pretty sure I sent a memo. Carrier pigeons galore, yes. Fat and happy.
Oh my goodness, you just messed up.
Yeah. Speaking of misinformed, you know the Cuban people. Hats off to the Cubanos and all Latinos, but Cubanos especially, always been exploited the last 50 years, 60 years. You know, Cubanos, very hardworking people, very industrious, very inventive. Absolutely. Yes, yes, they drove it. One guy drove a pickup truck from Cuba to Florida. Yeah, drove it. He did. Yeah, he built a little prop and mounted it on a frickin' axle, on the drive axle. He did. Drove it all the way to Florida, away from Cuba. Oh, that's desperation right there. Yeah, the same desperation like in a John Prine song when you're so desperate and you see the gleam of an old broken bottle and it looks just like a diamond ring. Oh, yes, and every little person out there is looking down for that little glimmer of that diamond ring they might find on the ground. Yes, they can have some money. Yes, and it's very sad. It's very sad. Yeah, we've been totally misguided. Yeah, what are the promises of the kingdom of heaven? You know, turn the other cheek and all that stuff. Don't pay no attention to the fact that the guy next door is, you know, underpaying you for your eggs. Yeah, let it go. You know, because God has a better place for you. Oh, no, God wants you to fight and stand up for what's right. Yes, most certainly. Yes, most certainly. He wants you to be able to be wise with your money. Yes. It's your foundation. He wants you to preserve your foundation, your bloodline, because the good things you're teaching your children need to be carried on into the future for their survival. It's your responsibility. You're all they have. It starts with you. Yeah, the base, the very base of the family tree. Yeah, anybody who wants that elusive, oh, so coveted respect, yeah, it's coupled with manhood. Yeah. Yes, it is. Some people never find it because they're always distracted by the disruptors planted in their life by the people, dictated to the ultimate authority with the agenda. Yes, stimulate the minds and masturbate the minds of the public, molest the public's mentality. Yes, molest them, manipulate them out of their money. Yeah, you know, taking candy from a baby scenario. Yeah, they've turned everybody into babies so that it's easy to take their candy. Yes. I'm giving you pearls. I'm giving you the very wealth that the people on the other team don't want. Consider me, you know, consider me a mad corporation that was involved with all of them, knows all their secrets, and I didn't get my share, you see. And so now I'm telling you, the people they've targeted, to get that profit for themselves, because they're not selfless and they have no altruistic qualities at all, ever. Yeah, see, I want you to be able to defend yourself. I was always your advocate when I built your houses. I never had a nice truck. I didn't buy the bestest, nicest tools to impress you. No, it was my work, what I did with my hands, the product I created that really cherished me and raised me so high on a platform in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yes. That's what put me there, and that's what became to be my enemy, because I dictated to the people in the trades around me what was now acceptable, and they couldn't measure up. You see, they couldn't measure up, so I was the one cast out. Yes, the one with the good things that the people wanted, not the stuff that looked like what I gave them before. Yeah, the leaven of the Pharisees that you're told in the Bible to beware of. Yes, it's a very important parable, maybe the most important parable of all of the Bible to incorporate into actual reality right now at this very moment. If you're just late to catching up with what has been going on with me, Jessica, I see you're out there. you need to take it very seriously and go back and look at some of my content from the last couple of days. Please take the time to do so. I've invested the time to share with you at the risk of harm to myself, at the risk of losing everything that I hope and dream and plan on, my very kids, and getting back my family property and heritage. I'm not here begging everybody to buy my book. I've been giving it away, Jessica. All of my writing is free to read on Blogspot. The publishing of it was merely a formality. Yes, I learned a lot in that one semester I spent in college. And they wrote a big, big article about me, praising me. And I was never encouraged to value that by the people around me who were taking advantage of me. My very girlfriend mentioned in the article was embezzling from me, manipulated me into even going to school, played on my ego to send me to college to get that publishing, because the allure of the money, the profit just from selling one song and licensing a song or licensing a snippet of a song into a commercial that they used to take money from you, there was a lot of profit in that. And she coined away little pieces of my property for herself to be. I have a very nasty thing that I've been exposing. And I'm very worried right now because I have no real men around me to confide in. I have no one of an emotional intelligence or an intellectual capacity anywhere near what I need to draw from in order to help me solve some of these issues. I'm not trying to figure out how to sell my music anymore. I'm not trying to figure out how to sell my book. I'm trying to do something very, very much, much, much greater, much more important. I'm very serious about considering starting my own church. Yes. Alright, I've said enough. I'm wasting enough time. I've already illustrated. There's things are out there that need to be looked at are already there. Somebody better take me seriously. This goofball thing, where I do all this personality disorder thing, my personality disorder. It's all from the damages to my brain, or the bangs to my head, and the abuse suffered as a child, and always being bullied, and always being afraid of being beaten up. So I had to be that funny guy. I had to be that witty guy. I had to be able to, do the imitations, in order to preserve myself from being beaten again. Men don't like me. Boys never liked me. They tried to stuff my head in a toilet when I was 4, or at daycare or preschool or first grade or something, 4 or 5. I have a scar on my eyebrow from hitting the bowl of the toilet. The boys were always trying to get me to play football. Yes, they could hurt me on the field nonchalantly because none of them, had the balls to just come up and hit me. They couldn't keep up with a conversation. So I, through my what I am, they feel inferior instead of trying to be my friend, sharing what I'm offering. I'm not trying to keep any secrets of life from anyone around me. But I am trying to highlight some of the things that need to be kept secret in order to develop a nice society. Masturbation techniques, for instance. That's not things you talk about in your living room with your children in the area. That's just an example. And people are openly poisoning the minds of children that are being poisoned by the Nielsen's TV ratings in conjunction with the Media Ratings Council and all the broadcasters and advertisers. There's a freaking fight club up there that I've now made my presence known with all my hashtags and my searches and my research. I've pinged off the pings and the beacons. They know I'm looking at them. What I've been doing, you reflect back to a year ago in my videos. Reflect back to a year ago. See what I was under the inebriation spell of alcohol normality in my life. The normality of alcohol being institutionalized as an acceptable part of my environment, along with the television as being an acceptable part of my environment. You see, we're products of what has become acceptable in our environments because our parents have been hypnotized and their parents were hypnotized. And their parents were. Everything fell apart when great-grandpa died or grandpa died. And nobody ever liked grandma because she was the matriarch with the rules, the dictations. Take your shoes off when you come in the house. Don't feed the dog at the table. Anyway, I'm doing something very intimate and very sincere for anyone who believes in me. And this has always been about my own children. To get my kids back. To prove to them that I wasn't the guy that they were made to believe I was by the people that poisoned them against me. My daughter was always in my arms. My other daughter never got to know that. And now I'm the enemy in her life. I have many, many wars to fight, and I'm going to lose most of them, or all of them. I may lose all of these battles. I may lose all of these wars. I may go to the grave like my grandfather. When my grandfather died, one of the last things he said to me was, "I'm on my way out, Zeke." And in conversation, he chuckled. He was in good spirits. Before that, he made a comment about how he said, "I must be in a pretty good mood today." He says, "I must be doing pretty good today. I felt a little tingle down there," and he was being a little naughty, talking about, he felt a little tingle down there, like maybe, hey, one more round in the sack would be nice, on my way out. And then, he says, "I'm on my way out, Zeke." And I didn't say a word to him. I was locked inside under the intimidation effect of my mother and the other people that were in the room with their opinions of me, their oppressions of me that I could feel in my heart. And I was not able to speak for myself. I had no advocate there to allow me to express myself. And I left that room without giving my grandfather a goodbye. On Father's Day, I was 23 or 24. And the only thing I have to regret in my life, the only thing I regret is not being wise enough to react appropriately to my mother's subtle mentioning of going and spending the summer with my grandfather to learn how to become a mechanic. And I, at that time, like all men these days, already knew everything. I was 13 or 14 years old, and I already knew how to be a mechanic. I had already recognized that all these qualities were in my blood and spirit, coming from maybe the very soul of my great-grandfather. And I arrogantly rejected the notion of going to spend time because I was more concerned with, riding my dirt bike with my buddies and smoking cigarettes and drinking beer with the guys who could buy it. The world, the circus, I was more interested in going to the circus than going to spend time with my beloved grandfather, who was fantasizing about the day he could spend time with his grandson on hunting or something. Teach him how to see a deer track in the dirt. To survive. And the grandfather, you have to understand, the grandfather becomes to an age where his insistence on teaching the child can be interfered with by the father of the child, who is now strong enough in the weakening states of the grandfather growing old. See, the father's now strong enough to rise up against the king and seize the throne. And so the king becomes in fear of that and has to be tactful on dealing with the children and secreting away the lessons before the eyes of his oppressor, being the father of the child. Don't tell me how to raise my kids. We're in a lot of trouble, and my work is very important. I can't be any more sincere. I'm always here. I answer questions. I talk to my people. Don't be afraid to speak to me. We can have private conversations. I have private conversations with people all the time. In the past, I've helped people get their children back in their lives. I've helped people break the bonds of addiction. I've helped people cope with their various traumas and life stresses and things. I have some very devoted people to me. And just those couple of people, Krug alone, it means the world to me. And the fact that I have those few people that do cherish what I give them, in my recognition of all those around me that wish me to discontinue what I do, that wish to interrupt what I do, that wish to disrupt my life and discourage my thought train process and steal my intellectual possessions. You know, in light of them all disapproving of what I'm doing. That provides me with validation, very much so. And just the simple question of re-examining water use in America is enough right there to open a big can of worms and start shooting at some people. Yeah, figuratively speaking, when I say shooting. Yes, I love using the trigger words. It's how I get attention in social media. I'm very, very, very smart. I know exactly what I'm doing. All these little characters and these little embellishments that I do is all part of my psychological plans. Yes, to get all the attention of all the people. Yeah, I have to be naughty. I have to pretend like I'm homosexual or gay or sexually interested, sexually preoccupied sometimes. Oh, and I enjoy it. I love the role playing. I love the acting and the thespian quality of it. I'm getting off on it. I'm having a time of my life doing this show, and it's becoming more and more, and it means a very great deal to me, even though it costs me to do it, and no one is supporting me financially, other than my girl that I have a relationship with, which is being threatened right now to be destroyed. I'm looking at the reality of being returned to the streets. And I'm not the kind of guy who already has a relationship set up with a woman for a safety net. No, my safety net is nature. And there are a few people in my history and past that I do have earmarked for special times of need. But it's not my family, my blood. And I know I'll always have a few of you out there. You know who you are. When the bottom drops out. Pray it doesn't, but I'm very worried. I'm very alone. No one is helping. But I can't stop, and I'm not going back to drinking. It's not an issue. It's not a thought in my mind. I'm not tempted. I don't dream about it. My determination, in essence, this is the psychological nutshell of it to be learned. In my intention, in essence, I will not go to my grave. In essence, without demanding the love of my mother. Yeah, ultimately, yes, trying to prove myself. Yeah, but I know I've already proven myself and earned the next level in the game. You know, when I die now, I've already earned where I'm going to go in the next level. We choose that through our actions. Every day is an audition in life for the greater. Every day is an audition. You're auditioning. How you carry yourself, how you present yourself, what you decide to wear, the things you say, the people you choose to surround yourself with. Yeah, if you're a grown man like I am, 52, or 52 in March, and you're surrounded by guys that are kind of your age, a little younger your age, a little older than you, and they're absolutely useless and worthless and helpless. I'm sweltered with so many worries, I can't remember what my train of thought was going to be. That means I have to go. Alright, I'm going to go ride my bike. Anyway, I'm working on something very big. After I review the video here, I'll go back and I'll finish where my train of thought was. You know, it was really exciting when in 2008 when I got together with Jenny and she started to be a part of what I was doing and helping me. She was my right-hand man in Prospect Studio. I depended on her so much for helping me with computer technical stuff and managing through sites and establishing things and getting the Blues-Lingus movement going. And she was so instrumental, and I loved her so much. And I was an instant father. I had Sienna. I was a father to Sienna. Taught her everything I knew. Drew was unreachable because he was addicted to the internet and video games. Sienna ended up being a video game addict. Jenny proved to be a gambling addict and an internet junkie. And our 70 grand a year was going thrown in the trash. And then her dad died and a bunch of money was left behind. And then they pissed that away. And it's all going to be in it's all my writings. It'll all be in the next books, but the current stuff I'm doing on my blog is very thrilling and dramatic and powerful, and one way or another I'm going to be famous. I don't want to be a martyr. I don't, but I'm serious about starting a church. Anyway, peace, love, who dares to be rich, dare to be different, dare to have your own voice. Dare to stand away from the crowd and say, no, I really don't care for the Kardashian show. No, I don't. It's freaking stupid. Part of the problem. You look into my investigation with Nielsen Ratings, Media Rating Company, and the Fair Ratings Act of 2005. And then get back into that water research. Yeah. Big bombshell there. Guaranteed. I can't work any harder.